Hello, everybody. Welcome to the 24th Annual Garden State Film Festival. We are live at the beautiful Berkeley Oceanfront Hotel. My name is Ming Chen.
CJ Cullen.
And you're kicking it off, my friend. We have our first...
I'm the first one.
Yeah, we're our first filmmaker.
The test subject?
Yes, for sure. Can you introduce yourself, my friend?
My name is Frank Reynolds, and I wrote and directed a short film called Criterion.
That's awesome. Can you tell us about Criterion?
Criterion is sort of basically my take on the devil tempting Christ in the desert. Like they took the Bible story where there's a Bible story where the devil comes to Jesus who's in the desert and he tempts him, come and worship me and I'll give you this and that sort of thing. And I sort of did like a modern day take on it.
Yeah, spoiler, he doesn't take him up.
Sorry, spoiler alert, he doesn't, He says no and walks away and devil...
Hence we all exist now.
Exactly. Devil goes, curses foiled again and goes out and goes into a puff of smoke and says goodbye. Yes,
but the story of temptation, of bribery, of promises of greener pastures, all the story that spanned the test of time. What inspired this?
It's a bunch of things. I joke my two influences was I was educated by the Jesuits and I read way too many comic books. Especially like back in the 80s, like Alan Moore and Neil Gaiman and all of those. They put a lot of like biblical and mythological stories in their comics. And at the same time, I was going to a Jesuit high school. Yeah. So it all kind of like became this soup in my head, basically, of mythology and pop culture. And it just sort of and so it all interested me. And at the same time, I'm an editor by trade. That's like what I do. It's my day job.
I admire you. I hate editing.
Thanks. Thank you.
I admire those people who have that mindset.
A lot of sitting in front of a computer.
It's watching the same thing over and over, agonizing over edits that are like a millisecond.
Yes. Yeah. I can't watch people edit. I can edit myself, but it drives me crazy to watch someone edit. Yeah. It just my mind goes crazy. So I
do that all day long. I teach.
And I went to AFI back in the 90s, but as an editing student.
Right.
And I was like, gee, if I were a directing student, what short film would I do? Mm-hmm. And this came to mind, like, it's two people, it's in the desert, close to LA, you're in the desert. Mm-hmm. And it just kind of stuck in my mind for 30 years.
Right.
So that's where you filmed in the desert?
Just north of LA. I went out to LA to shoot. Like in
I was going to say like Joshua Tree, no?
Close. I actually was too lazy to scout Joshua Tree. It was a little too far out. I found something in Lancaster I really liked, and I was like, I'm going with this. I'm not going to do another 2-hour scout to Joshua Tree. I'm just gonna risk it and go with this because I'm lazy.
Cool. So are you based out there?
No, I'm based here. It was, but I went to AFI out there and I worked a lot out there. So I basically flew myself out and hired everyone local.
That's pretty cool.
That's awesome. Man. Yeah, that's great. And how long was the shoot?
About 4 days.
4 days. Yeah, in the desert.
No, well, 2 days we're on a stage.
Okay.
And we lucked out on the desert. We lucked out weather-wise because we were ready for 110-degree weather and it was 85.
Oh, wow. So, the desert is perfect.
Yeah, and we were we had some wind issues, but we could work around those. Right. But we had all the stuff ready. We had all the water and the cloth, the neck cloths ready in case it was going to be hot.
No one's passing out on this set. Not on my watch.
We had an air-conditioned trailer just in case someone was going to, and it was just because my actors especially.
Yeah.
But also everybody.
So it's hard with the wind, especially in the desert or even in ocean. So what do you do to fix that?
One great thing about shooting in the desert is I could basically shift the background and no one notices. Yeah. And that's what we did. We were shooting sort of next to this hill. And when the wind came up, also the wind came by the time we could predict. It was like around noon or 1 p.m.
Oh, wow.
The wind came up, so we knew when it was hitting.
Right.
And we went behind the hill, so the wind blocked, the hill blocked the wind.
Right.
A lot of it.
Oh, yeah.
Enough that we could shoot.
Yeah. The backgrounds were kind of...
Yeah, and I also managed to sectionalize what we shot at that time.
Okay.
So, all of that's a little windy.
Right.
And the rest of it's not windy at all, so it all intercuts, the coverage intercuts with each other, and it doesn't look
cool. You're like
weird.
George Lucas shooting Star Wars, man, except I think all their sets got destroyed on day one. But
the sandstorms and stuff.
Sandstorm came through in Tunisia.
And I was like, and it was funny because my script supervisor, and she was doing a great job, but she was like, will this cut together? I'm like, yeah, I'm an editor, don't worry, it'll cut together.
Oh, yeah. I was going to, being an editor by trade, would you say it made you a better director?
You edit while you film?
Yeah, were you editing in your head as you were filming?
Not exactly, but I knew what coverage to get, so I knew where my options were.
Okay.
I didn't want to cut, have it be only one way.
Right.
But I knew if I do this, and this, I have this many options in the cutting room. But just things like, I don't care, the background's not matching.
Right.
And I'm like, it's the desert. No one's going to notice. You know what I mean? Yeah. And I was like, don't worry about that. I'm not gonna, if you want to put director says okay, like so you're not on the hook for it. You're fine.
Yeah, but it's cool. It's like either you had coverage or while you were shooting, it's like, oh, I should probably get this shot just because I need it. Most of what I felt on my screw ups had nothing to do with editing, as a director. Oh yeah. And this is not your first project, correct?
As a director, yes.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Wow. Welcome. Congratulations.
Yeah, thanks. And after 30 years of editing, I figured I'd try it once.
Yeah. And did you enjoy the process?
I did. I actually was expected to hate it. I expected to really loathe it. And I didn't loathe it. Okay. And I was actually very, very, pleasantly surprised that I did not.
And you knew a crew out there already to go, or you had to hire?
I had to hire, and my operator I'd gone to college with.
Oh.
Actually, the DP I wanted, I had also gone to college with, and it would have been like Old Home Week if we'd done it together. And he had health problems, so he couldn't do it. So my DP was a replacement DP, but his operator I had gone to college with, so he was like the one person I knew.
Oh wow!
And I knew, and my producer I'd known a little bit. I'd known her socially for a long time, Joanna Fang, but we had never worked together.
Now, how did you go about casting out there?
I had to cast remotely, which it worked out fine, although there were there were disadvantages to it. I got a casting director out there.
Okay.
And I was actually worried. I'm going to sound like an East Coast snob for a minute. And
we're on the East Coast. We're snobs.
So,
do it, man.
Which is I kind of didn't want to cast and get a lot of models who wanted to act and that kind of thing.
Right. Well, a lot of those in LA.
And so I was like, I need to get the right casting director for this. And so I know, you know who Whit Stillman is?
I've heard of Whit Stillman, yes.
Metropolitan last season. I know him a little bit. And I said, do you know any good casting directors in LA? Because I figured he would know someone who knows that type of actors. And he said yes. And he gave me the name, and we got along, and I hired her, and she did a great job casting.
That's all. What's her name?
Leslie Wasserman.
Leslie Wasserman.
Leslie Wasserman did a great job.
Shout out to you, Leslie.
Yes. Yeah.
For sure. How many people in the cast?
2.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. So it was an easy cast. That part was easy.
Yeah.
I had to cast remotely, over Zoom.
Sure. And these are 2 main roles.
And every role's a main role. Yeah. There really were no small parts in this one. Although I realized about a month after I cast about 3 months before I shot, I realized, and this is just one of those rookie mistakes of casting, I have no idea their height difference.
Oh,
I have no clue.
Right? That's okay.
And what happened was I found out their heights, and actually there was a big enough height difference that I was worried.
Right.
Oh.
And so I called the DP, and it wound up being fine. We didn't have to do anything, but we had the apple boxes ready. We had for the step up one of the actors and everything.
Invest in full apples and half apples, everybody.
We come in handy.
We lucked out, but it was the one thing I did not think of when casting remotely.
Right.
Was that. And I did a Zoom with them to make sure they worked together fine.
Yeah, but on Zoom, everyone's the same height.
Right.
So,
they're all sitting down.
Exactly.
That's interesting, man.
Yeah. And it worked out okay, though, but I drove my DP crazy. We have the apple boxes, right? We do the height thing.
Yeah.
Especially on the stage was important. The desert, we could have gotten away with on location.
Sure.
But on the stage, because the sets are certain. Yeah, exactly. But on the stage, I was worried, but it wound up being okay.
Yeah. That's awesome, man.
And, so when is it playing?
At noon. They're playing in about 90 minutes.
Yeah.
So that's why I came now. To this plot.
Which venue?
At the Asbury Hotel.
Oh, cool. Okay,
it's
right.
TA11.
Go over to Asbury Hotel.
Yeah. The info's in the description. I got you covered, Frank.
Great. Thank you. Appreciate that.
Covered for sure.
Coming up in a little bit.
Yeah. So, what would you say was the biggest challenge shooting this short?
The biggest challenge was actually getting everyone out to the desert and not making them uncomfortable. I mean, I was really worried about that. I was really worried about getting out there and not having everything and making sure everyone had enough to eat, enough to drink, enough to hydrate.
Yeah, no heat stroke, no
exactly.
If it was 100 degrees, that would not be good.
Exactly. And like I said, the weather wound up being fantastic.
Yeah, the film gods were smiling upon you.
The film gods were good. The location was good. I was happy about that, and everyone seemed. I don't know if everyone was happy. We were in the desert shooting, but it was no one. There were no disasters on that front. All my mess ups were personal, creative. I was an idiot. I should have done that kind of thing.
Well, like you said, first time directing,
exactly,
so it's not going to be perfect,
right?
You learn.
Yeah,
it's not bad to have some mistakes here. Yeah, that's where you learn from. So,
exactly, and because I also edited it.
Yeah,
and I was actually really worried. as an editor, because usually as an editor, I'm editing someone else's stuff so I can be objective.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is my stuff. Am I going to be like second guessing everything I do?
The answer is yes.
Probably.
I was just shocked that I didn't. I got into editor mode really fast.
Yeah.
And like, after 2 days of editing, I'm like, what idiot shot this? I had to cut this together, and then and I got into like editor only mode really quickly.
Yeah.
And I was very happy about that too. I didn't know if that was going to happen or not.
Yeah.
How was the transition of filming outside in the desert to on stage in the stages?
It wasn't that large a transition. We had a day off in between, so like we could sort of get our act together basically. And I liked it because like everyone just commuted. I didn't have to like we housed people in the desert.
Oh, cool. Okay,
so we had to like and so basically like now we're just now they're just commuting.
Yeah.
Basically, so that was easy.
Yeah.
It had its own challenges and its own issues that I had to like.
Oh,
do.
sure.
But it was also like, okay, well at least people can go home at night.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. So that was, but yeah, it was, but like by the 4th day, I could feel everyone was like, okay, we're done.
Yeah.
Like after lunch on the 4th day, like thank God our schedule was really light. We only had like 4 shots to do. But I could tell everyone was like, the energy was going down.
Yeah,
okay,
right.
We're done with this.
Yeah. You just good timing.
Yes.
So, is this your first? This is your first time at Garden State, is it?
This is my second.
Second.
I
Okay.
edited a feature that was here last year called "If That Mockingbird Don't Sing."
Right.
Okay. Yeah.
And I came for that last year, just
but
for the day.
This is all you.
This is all me this time.
is you
Yeah.
writing, directing,
and yeah,
editing.
Yep, that's me.
That's awesome. Congrats,
awesome.
man.
Thank you so much.
They don't take every film here at Garden State, so it's very tough actually. I learned.
We've learned that it's tough.
You got to be up to snuff. So great.
Good.
Congratulations.
I'm in good company.
Yeah, for sure. What's next? What are you working on anything right now?
I'm writing another short film that I'm finding really hard to write.
Okay.
Takes place in a comic book shop.
Oh,
so
wow.
totally different.
I know one of those.
Yeah, I know a shop around
exactly.
here. Yeah.
But I hope to. Once I finish paying off this film, I'll start thinking about that one.
Right.
But also, I need to get the script done. It's becoming a really hard script for a short film. It's kicking my ass.
Yeah.
I know I'm going to get it, but it's not. The film is not making it easy for me.
Right. Well, good luck writing that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And
back to editing too, right?
Yes, and I'm still editing. And when you need an editor, I'm here.
Yeah, for sure. And real quick, you mentioned we have a connection. We go way back.
Yeah.
Kevin Smith, the Jersey
I was
filmmaker,
yes.
He was one of the first celebrities to start a website, communicate with his fans online. And I mean, I don't want to brag, but I built that website.
That's great.
Well, we had a pretty cool message board
Right.
where people interacted with Kevin, people made friends with each other, and you were on that board.
I was on the board. Yeah.
I was like, wait, what's your username? He's like, Frank Reynolds.
You're
Like,
Frank-
yeah, you're
I was
Frank,
boring. I
Frank.
didn't have a name.
Yeah,
I was
like,
boring.
I remember you. Yeah, you were. All your posts were great.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you.
That was
Yeah.
fun being on that board.
I had a
used to always
blast.
comment stuff on that.
I was also working at Troma at the time, so I
Oh,
felt
so
like
you were both.
I felt like I was in some center of some like
Alright,
great
so,
pop culture film world.
Around that James Gunn time?
No, I edited Romeo and Juliet.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So we're both foreign residents of Tromaville.
Yes.
CJ.
He's in a Troma
Yeah,
film.
I'm in a film called Shakespeare's Shitstorm.
Oh
which,
yes, I've seen it.
Which finally is out on DVD this year.
Is it?
Finally, yeah. I don't know what took so long, but yeah. But Lloyd's like, dude, it's out. Let's go.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay. That's
Great.
awesome. So
That's great. I've seen it. It's great.
Yeah, it's a crazy movie for sure.
It is.
Yeah, for sure. Well, good luck today, and we're gonna get you over to the screening today noon over at the Asbury
Hotel. Yep.
Yeah, in that
Hope to
block.
see you there.
Definitely check it out, and yeah, for sure. And congratulations, my friend.
Thank you so much.
Written, directed,
Edited.
shot, edited,
that's
and
very
now
cool.
here at the
Someone
Golden
else
State
shot it.
Film
That's someone
Festival.
else,
Yeah,
yes.
for sure.
It's got to be a good feeling, though, doing all that.
It felt good. Yeah, I'm very happy. I'm very happy. People say, they want to have done something as opposed to doing something.
Yeah, and you
know
did
what I mean?
it.
But I enjoyed doing it too. It was hard, but I enjoyed the actual process as well.
Yeah. I mean, when's the feature? When do we start getting the feature?
I don't know. That's like, having edited features, I kind of know what goes into them,
Sure.
and that's scaring me a little bit. I kind of wish I didn't know. That might give me more bravery.
Right.
But it's, I kind of know what it takes to do a feature, and that's going to scare me for a while.
Yeah. All right. So you've seen behind the curtain.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, all right. I see it in the future, though.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, thank
in
you.
the future, for sure. Frank Reynolds, everybody, check out Criterion, noon at the Asbury Hotel today. and then beyond. But you're come on down.
Yep.
Check that out. Films all day today, all day tomorrow. GSFF.org for tickets and info. Yeah, check it out. Thank you, my friend.
My
It's great
pleasure.
to see you again.
My pleasure.
See you guys later. Stay tuned. We got all day, literally all day. So you can literally watch us for the next like 9.5 hours, so maybe more. But we'll see you soon. We'll
But
have
they
more
don't
great
have to. They could
filmmakers.
come down here and get a ticket and go watch
Yeah,
movies.
or watch us
They can
do
watch
this
us
live
later.
too. You could do that too. So we'll see you guys in a bit.